Just trying to make sure everything else is back up and running at least. It'll only take a second. Camera should be up now officially, so we've got that. Let me get some music going for us again. All right, there we go. We got music, and let's go ahead and pull up the Twitch channel, make sure I can see everybody talking in chat. I believe that is officially back now too. All right, folks, give me a second here. We're going to go ahead and load up the sim again. Let's get this running. So welcome back, guys, again to the third rendition of the Quasi-Guru live stream that we're trying to get running again. I don't know exactly what's going on. Let me get Sim Toolkit Pro back up and going too, folks. It does take a minute to get everything else going. I kind of wanted to get the stream started first before we got too far here. Let me get this started up. Sim Toolkit Pro is coming up. We'll restore that flight really quick. We've also got the simulator loading right now too. Let's see if we're up and running again. Let's try route. Good, go ahead and load in. There you go, guys. There's the route. So it'll be Noxa for the SID, then direct Noxad, Scapa, Dande, Yaluba 1, and then TNCM, runway 10 for landing. So all right, JK Leet 12341 is new. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you join in today. It looks like you're dropping in some bog follows, so we'll go ahead and remove that. All right, here we go. There we go. That's how we take care of that. All right, folks, at least we got the sim loading back up. Let's see if we still have the same issue. I don't think we're going to. Like I said, I was having some interesting issues earlier with OBS, and I think it was just causing underlying issues with Flight Simulator. So hopefully I've got it figured out now. Realistically, I'd normally restart my computer before I start streaming just to make sure everything's good there. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it does look like my streaming setting got changed for the encoder. So... and I did try to change that here when I went live the second time, and my sim was still suffering majorly. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but let's go ahead and give this another shot here. Hopefully we are all good to go here in Curacao again when we reload into Curacao. So how's everyone's days going though so far? How is everyone's day going? You know, I don't like to hold you guys for too long, and I know we're already like 32 minutes into the stream, and not taken off yet, but we will work on getting there, folks. Do apologize about the issues getting started here, but you guys know how FS 2020 can be at sometimes, right? So not always the best experience 100% of the time. You know, I'm being talked into by some people to try to get into getting X-Plane potentially, and I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen with that. Welcome back, Wilson. Glad to see you here on the stream, my friend. I just did a quick computer restart, having some interesting issues going on right now, so hopefully me doing this will get us back up and running, and we should be 100%. But I'm currently just trying to load some other things up, making sure everything is good to go on my end, hopefully, keyword. But yeah, I was having an interesting issue there in TNCC. Airplane was not responsive at all. Like, you know, it took like 6 or 7 clicks to get any response out of the FMS. So hopefully the restart just fixed everything. I got my fingers crossed, right? I hope you guys do too. All right, here we go, guys. We're loading back up. Give Flight Sim the, 3 minutes it needs to load, right? Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, right? I don't know what's causing it, but, you know, at the same time, at least we're back up and streaming again. I knew I'd be able to get back up fast, but I guess this is part of the reason I should probably eventually invest into something different, like, you know, maybe a second computer for streaming so the stream doesn't go down. But it's kind of hard when, you know, you don't really have the money to invest into your current computer to upgrade. I mean, you know, I'm waiting for a friend to hand me down a 3800X with an X570 motherboard, which that'll be a pretty big upgrade for me. And hopefully it takes care of some stability issues. Does it sound really good, Canesto? I'm glad to hear that. And you know, like I said, the best thing is right now, I at least don't have to worry about wearing headphones anymore. I actually can just ignore wearing headphones, which is kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. That's like probably one of the biggest benefits of doing all this is now I don't have to wear headphones. And mind you, everything's coming through my computer speakers right now. So, yeah, you know, I'm kind of getting things tuned to the liking so that everything will sound good, and so that way I don't even have to wear, you know, uncomfortable headphones all day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Razer Kraken 7.1 V2s are uncomfortable. They're not. By no means are they uncomfortable, but after they sit on your head for long enough, you know, you kind of start to get that, like, ooh, like an itch feeling, or, you know, something along those lines. So, yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I think investing into a decent pair of headphones can always be, headphones or earphones can always be, you know, nice. But for me, even, you know, I would prefer not even having to wear anything in ear if I can avoid it. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, if I'm planning on, you know, becoming a pilot here soon, I'm going to have to eventually focus on that. Guess what, guys? Our frame rate's back. I just needed a restart. That's what I needed. We are back, folks. We are operational this time. I'm just going to check over to my video settings just to make sure they actually retained themselves and didn't drop again like they did last time. Video settings look good. My frame rate is back. Therefore, guys, we are back. We are ready to stream. Come join us at Curacao TNCC. We're flying down to Princess Juliana, so I hope you guys will all come and join us. Looks like our frame rate's back. At least I'm not 100 on that now. Not after what it just did just now, but we'll see here. All right, fire system check. That's all working. Let's go ahead and start up the APU. Waiting for the APU door to open. APU door is officially open. We can go ahead and now start up the APU. And APU starter button's been pushed. We're waiting for it to start up. So yeah, I think we're potentially good. I do see 14 AD here already. I'm actually starting to think it's a multiplayer issue though. I'm pretty sure ever since that update, they've caused some performance issues with multiplayer. Because like I said, I don't have the same issue on just VATSIM, which is kind of interesting, right? Because it's a type of multiplayer. Like, so you see 14 AD like appearing then disappearing, then appearing then disappearing. So my guess is it may be some sort of optimization issue with multiplayer causing the problem. I'm not 100% on that though, so I'm not going to... Yeah, I know they can, but I've never, Canesto, had a problem with this livery ever since I've gotten this airplane. If you ask me, it's probably... At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it's probably just something going on with the simulator. Like right now, look at this. The clouds are lagging even. The clouds are lagging. You know, I can give it a shot really quick and see if that does it, because like I'm starting to lose my frame rate again. Let's try to change over to like American or Delta, right? I don't know what it is at this point. I'm like, you know, scratching my head on this one because I want it to work, but I bet you 100%, I almost bet you if I shut off multiplayer right now, my frame rates come back. Almost bet you that's what would happen. Because that's the only thing different right now that I'm doing that I haven't done on the last several flights. So let's go ahead and jump over to... let's go ahead and do American Eagle. Why not? We'll go to a default livery and see if it continues. There's departure. All players are enabled. Still live weather. Let's go ahead and just adjust the time a little bit back. We may eventually get off the ground today, folks. Maybe, right? I did earlier, like I said, test Princess Juliana, though, and it looked really beautiful, so... Really excited about that part, at least, you know, having Princess Juliana, you know, airworthy design scenery. It's absolutely brilliant. And, you know, for the first thing that I paid for as far as scenery goes, I'm excited. It's definitely good-looking scenery. I think it's worth the... I think the €17 asking price. I think it was 17 euros. I believe in the flight sim marketplace, it's $20 or right around there. So I just got it through Sim Market, folks, because I got a giveaway from Maple Aviation for a €10 gift card. Let's see if we're working now. Yeah, back for round 2 or 5 or 6, something like that. Here we go. Let me see if I'm getting my frame rate back. I'm waiting, because sometimes it takes a minute to stabilize. Almost tempted just to enable developer mode for a minute just to watch my frame rate counter. And I'm pretty sure this is a... Alright, let's jump back out really quick. Come on. Get me back in the sim so I can see what's going on. I'm having a legitimate interrupt. If you ignore the frame rates completely, there's a frame skip occurring in the sim. Ooh, come on. Are you gonna play nice? Battery on. Oh, call sign heavy. So what you need to do is, I can show you that really quick. Yeah, but Kinesto, not to this extent. I've never had this problem like this. Ever. Ever. I'm pretty sure whatever Azobo did in this latest hotfix jacked my simulator up. Pretty sure they did. But folks, let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do this real quick. Call sign heavy. So what you do is, you come into aircraft on the EFB, and then over here in aircraft states, you drag cold and dark down to default state, like with your left hand click, drag it down. If I want to do ready for startup, I would drag down ready for startup to default state, and it'll change. And that's literally all you have to do. But yeah, I just drag down my cold and dark state, and I leave that down there for cold and dark. Now, don't get me wrong, the only problem with doing cold and dark default is, if you want to fly with friends, and you're trying to spawn in on their location to fly with them, it'll put the airplane in a cold and dark state. Yeah, like I said, there's something going on here, because mind you, it's a frame skip. It's like an interrupt every 3 to 4 seconds. Like, I'm half tempted to load in the CJ4 really quick to see if this is still occurring, because this is actually really this is pretty severe for me right now. Just to make the flight, at least maybe hop on the CJ4. No, they're not. I've already checked them. I don't like I said, Kinesto, I don't know what the issue is. It makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense what's going on here. Something bizarre is happening. Welcome back, Casey Catalina. How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully everything's going well for you. You know, honestly, guys, I think... And I hate to say this because I really enjoy flying the CRJ. I think we're going to hop in the CJ4 to see if this issue still exists. I mean, the only other thing I've done since earlier today was... I think the only thing I did at that point was maybe install the latest fly-by-wire mod, but we're not in the latest we're not in the fly-by-wire. So I'm not exactly sure what's causing this. But like legitimately, like, I mean, I can scroll with the mouse and then all of a sudden I have this big like spin or drop, right? And we shouldn't be getting that at all. Welcome back, Riri61. Yeah, I'm dealing with a broken simulator / airplane right now. I think I'm gonna, guys, at least to get us off the ground and get us going, I'm gonna jump out of the sim. And we're gonna hop in the CJ4 to see if the CJ4 is doing the same thing. Because I want to get this flight going. I want to fly with you guys, but I don't know why I'm suddenly having issues with the CRJ. And it's so bizarre because, like I said, it's a really weird, like, almost like performance cap sort of issue. But Riri, welcome back. Glad to see you here. And you're controlling right now. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I might head over there in a bit if my simulator will behave itself. Not exactly sure, like I said, what's going on, but let's change airplanes really quick. Yeah, it's really nice, actually. I mean, I love the detail of the CRJ, but I'm having some sort of weird issue with it right now. So I'm going to hop back into the citation just to see if this issue occurs with it too. Because if it's not occurring with the citation, then I can at least rule out it's something going on with the CRJ. You know, it could be Casey Catalina, but I don't think call sign heavy was having these issues earlier. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of variables, especially with these airplanes and simulators having issues. So, you know, what may affect me may not affect him, right? What may affect Mr. Pilot may not affect me. Or what may affect Sky Command may not affect me. Or what affects me may affect somebody else. It just all depends. I'm waiting to see how the CJ4 responds here in a second. Come on. You gonna work with me? Okay, the CJ4 looks like it's flyable. Let's go and adjust the time up really quick. And we'll do a real quick startup on it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm thinking it's something bizarre. Whatever it is, it's really bizarre. Because like I said, I flew this earlier, didn't have a problem with it, and now I'm having issues with it. So, and like I said, I really do like the CRJ. It's one of my probably favorite aircraft here in the simulator. Go ahead and do battery master on. I'm going to go ahead and just flip avionics on. Emergency lights are coming on. Standby flight display. Let's drop down to position INET. This will be a really quick airplane to configure, folks. I'm probably one of the fastest people to start this airplane, I'm not going to lie. TNCC. Get that punched in really quick. We'll execute this. Go over to flight plan. Let's go ahead and drop into IDX. This one I can at least do a SimBrief import, which is nice. I don't have to think about it too much. All right, SCAPA. Let's go ahead and select the top one. Dondi. See here, that's 488 nautical miles. That looks good to me. Flight plan is inserted. Terrain WX. Let's go ahead and do traffic. All right, this looks good to me. Master caution reset. We're not even going to worry about much of anything else. Nav lights are on, logo lights on, taxi lights are going to be on, belt and safety belt lights are coming on. Let's go ahead and start up the rest of the airplane. Right engine's coming up. We'll wait for 20% N2, and then we'll go ahead and introduce fuel. Yeah, and see, that's the problem. I mean, I kind of feel like that's sometimes what the issue is. Yeah, so the CJ4 is operating fine. It's the CRJ. It's only the CRJ on my end, so it's probably something bizarre going on. What I'll probably do is after stream, guys, I'll probably go ahead and do another reset on the CRJ, see if that takes care of the issue. I mean, sometimes it's the most bizarre little things that cause these problems. It really is. So here we go. Right engine's coming up. Left engine's now officially coming up too. Here we go. Yeah, you know, and I believe that, Casey Catalina. I really do. You know, I know there's a whole bunch of issues that basically plague, you know, different types of pilots. But at least at this point, I think we're going to have a flyable aircraft. At least I know this one's going to fly with no problem. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and bug in, let's say, 37,000 feet. Trying to get this bugged in really quick. You know, honestly, like I said, I like flying the CRJ, but, you know, if I'm going to have this much problems, I'd much rather you guys at least be able to see the flight. So, like I said, I'll probably work on the CRJ here a little bit later after stream. That way you guys don't have to worry too much about at least watching me try to fix whatever the issue is. And then essentially it becomes a repair stream where, you know, you're watching me completely wipe out the CRJ and completely reinstall it and then try to figure out what exactly is going wrong and where and all this other stuff, you know. So I'd much rather just get us up the air and get us going. Let's go ahead and get ready to go here. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get taxied out. I'm sure all of you want to get going anyway, so I do apologize how long it's taken me to get going. But at least we are ready to go now officially. So both engines are up and started. We are officially running again. Let me know, guys, how the audio sounds, if you guys need any of the levels higher, so whether that's for the flight simulator or whether that's going to be for the flight sim or if that's going to be elsewhere. All right, folks, we are moving, so let's make sure our beacon light is on. Strobe lights need to stay off for now. We're not on the runway yet. Taxi lights are on. Okay, this all looks good so far. Let's go ahead and just keep on going with the taxi. We'll go ahead and set flaps 15 right now, so we're ready for takeoff configuration, and we should be good to go. But yeah, like I said, guys, let me know how the audio situation sounds. Like I said, I've done some reconfiguration here. There's a lot of new things that I've done with my audio. I got a mic boom arm now. We have a different mic that we're officially using. Well, we've been using a different mic now for almost a week and a half, 2 weeks. But we have a mic arm on it now, and all my audio is actually being routed through my PC speaker. So if you hear any echoing, let me know so I can fix it. I'm trying to see if I can avoid using headphones in the future. Unless I'm on VATSIM, then I'll probably at least maybe wear like a Bluetooth earbud or something. So, all right, folks, welcome into the stream, guys. I'm Hearsay is here with us. We also have 14AD that's also joined us along for the flight today. I am officially taxiing out here to the runway so we can get departed. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic start to your Monday, or I guess some places in the world it is Tuesday officially. So happy Monday or happy Tuesday to you, depending on where you're at. And today's flight time, folks, will be right around about an hour and I believe hour and 20 minutes over to Princess Juliana. But folks, we did get the airworthy design scenery, probably some of the best scenery that you can get for Flight Simulator 2020. You do have the beachgoers that show up that are waving at you as you're coming in for a landing, so I'm kind of excited about that. So we're at least going to be able to see that. Unfortunately, we're not doing the flight in the CRJ today. I really wanted to do it in the CRJ, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to work out right now. But like I said, we'll figure out what's wrong with it, and we'll try to get it fixed before next stream on Wednesday. But folks, if you don't know, though, already, once again, oh my gosh, Dave Rendon, thank you so much for the Tier 1 subscription. It's now been 3 months for you as well, so welcome. Glad to see you. And also, folks, Dave Rendon is officially back to streaming. So I don't know. There we go. Thank you so much, Kinesto, for dropping in that shout out for Dave Rendon. Come on now. All right, here we go. We're taxiing on out. Let's try to get out of this airport before they just keep us grounded, right? But Dave Rendon, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a great day. I know you said yesterday work's been kind of crazy and busy, so hopefully everything's going well for you, my friend. And welcome back to streaming. I was glad to throw a bunch of bits at you yesterday. I know you were excited about being back again, so can't wait to see your next stream. And folks, like I said, Dave Rendon, wonderful friend of this channel. Go check him out if you haven't already. Kinesto gave him a shout out, so go ahead and click on his link, drop him a follow. You'll definitely love his content. He just recently got his PPL, so definitely reach out, give him some congratulations too, because it's definitely not an easy feat to get your PPL. And guys, he has a very, very heartwarming story about getting his PPL. And guys, I'll tell you what, it was there was a lot of challenges. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went in for him to get it. So folks, at the end of the day, just always remember something, that no matter what you do, more than likely, if you put your mind to it, you'll probably get it done. And I'm currently working on that as well. I was just talking with another streamer here on Twitch, and we were actually discussing path to potentially becoming an airline pilot, for me even at age 32, right? And it's possible. Yes, it's going to cost quite a bit of money, but there is a possibility. And the thing is it's taking in and staying committed. So only mic audio is coming through right now, really. Let's see here really quick. Let me check out make sure something else break. There you go. We should be good now, 14. Is that better? Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, we should be all good to go now, right, 14? All right, folks, we're going to go and take the runway. Let's go ahead and get departed out of Curacao here so we can make our way to Princess Juliana. We're also going to go ahead and do some reconfiguration here on the top part of the chart. Strobe lights coming on, landing lights are coming on because we're pulling out of the active, and we will be departing here shortly. But how does the audio sound, though? Does it sound okay, though? Does the mix sound good? Because I definitely want to know if there's anything I need to change. All right, here we go. We are lined up officially. All right, we are officially lined up here for takeoff. Go and just bring it to a dead stop for just a second. We'll make sure everything else is ready to go. Pull up our upper menu. I'm gonna go over to FMS text mode right now, because I like to keep track of how long my flight time is gonna be. Right, parking brakes are coming off, and we're going to go up halfway on throttle, make sure thrust stabilizes. Thrust is stabilizing. Let's go ahead and roll on full toga now. Awesome. Thank you so much, 1480, for letting me know. Yeah, I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to work on some things to make sure I don't have to wear headphones in the future, unless I'm maybe on VATS, and then I'll probably wear them then. All right, folks, we already have V1. We're already pulling up. Probably the one benefit of at least flying the CJ4 is, you know, it's just, it's an incredible performing aircraft, a lot of power, definitely really nimble, but, you know, of course, it's not something you'll find call sign heavy flying in real life, too crowded. At least that's what he's told me so far, so. All right, folks, we're going to go over to LNAV mode. And we'll get ready here in a moment to engage FLC. FLC's coming on. Let's go ahead and set that for 240 knots for the climb out. A decent climb profile here for the CJ4. 240, let's go ahead and also set climb D10 on our throttles. That looks good. Just waiting for her to go and pull up through it, so let's see what she does. Alright. We're going to start climbing. What are we doing, airplane? Let me know. I just want to make sure FLC is working. There we go. Okay, it does look like FLC is going to start functioning here in a second. That'd probably help if I put my landing gear up, right? Forgot to make the call out. Positive rate gear up. D2 plus 10 flaps up. Yeah, you know, maybe if I made the call outs, I'd be, you know, climbing, right? Probably should start there. So I'll take the blame for that one. That's definitely me. That's definitely me, you know? Kind of like, you know, how call sign heavy had a landing gear up landing in Albuquerque, right? I hope you're still here, call sign heavy. If not, I totally understand. Relaxing tonight, no streaming. Totally understand, Dave. Alright, folks, yeah, we are officially climbing out. This is actually looking pretty good so far, so at least we've got some good performance numbers here from the plane. This all looks good to me. Here we go, going up. You know, I'll say this right now, so I just actually noticed that I had iced tea in my cup instead of water. And so I took the initial sip and I was like, something really tastes wrong with this water that I'm drinking. And then I realized, oh wait, that's iced tea, and I just made that. Yeah. It's okay though. That's okay though. We'll just ignore the fact that that just happened and we'll just live with it. So we'll just get this climb on out over to Princess Juliana. But folks, welcome back to the Quasi Guru Twitch stream. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic Monday or Tuesday, depending on what part of the world you're in. But welcome back. Hopefully you're all doing well. How are you guys doing today? How's everybody doing today that's in the chat? I know I've heard from a few of you, but, you know, feel free to reach out, folks. Talk to me, you know, guys. Also, if you're in here and you haven't yet, make sure to drop a follow. That way you're notified before we depart. It's always helpful, guys, you know, to at least be able to, you know, catch up with some of your favorite people, your streamers, and, you know, just say hi and hello to them. So I'm here, so I'm glad to hear you're doing fine. I really am glad to hear you're doing fine. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in with the flight today. I'm here, say 14AD. Glad to have you guys join in. I also did some repositioning with the microphone too today. Of course, I actually turned off XSplit VCam just so the microphone's not blocked, so you guys can actually see the setup now. So the microphone used to be facing down when I initially got the stand, and then I faced it so that now it's facing up. So now I can have it just a little bit lower below my face to have a better view of at least the simulator. Mind you, realistically right now it's only kind of like, you know, slightly off to the right of my eyes, so that doesn't bother me too much. It actually kind of makes it enjoyable still and fun to fly in the simulator, as well as make sure that the audio sounds extra crispy for everybody, like the bacon that I want to eat on my chicken Caesar salad that I have later. Hey guys, you know, I have an addiction, so chicken Caesar salad, bacon. Also really enjoy iced tea. That's always a good one. Also enjoy doing projects around the house that end up killing my back. So like, you know, this last weekend worked on renovating my bathroom, which really did kill my back. But my bathroom at least looks better, right? So, all right, call sign heavy. Take care. I also need to start that up. I forgot to start up the Streamlabs chatbot after the reboot. So that was a good reminder there, just dropping in an emote there that I need to go ahead and start up Streamlabs chatbot. But folks, like I said, I've done some things a little bit different. I changed up my FS 2020 scene so that it doesn't show my primary display anymore. So if I alt-tab or anything, you still see the direct stream overlay of the simulator itself, and you don't see anything else. So hopefully that's like, you know, some positive changes to the stream. But guys, if you have any other suggestions that you would like to make for the stream, feel free to drop down into my Discord, !Discord into the chat. And then, like I said, guys, I will take anybody's suggestions and we will work with them. As long as they're not too ridiculous, guys, I'm definitely willing to work with you. Looks like 14AD is now working on departing from the runway himself, and looks like he'll be joining us up in the air here soon. And once again, guys, thank you guys for joining in with the Quasi-Guru Twitch channel. If you guys would like to come join in on the flight and you're not in here already, USA East, all players, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and if you need to find one of us, we're over by TNCC. Add me as a friend on Xbox Live. I am Quasi-Guru, just like the spelling in my Twitch profile name. So feel free to add me there as well. I'd love to have you guys join in with me on this flight to Princess Juliana. And guys, if you haven't seen it yet, airworthy design scenery at Princess Juliana is absolutely gorgeous, okay? It's only about $20 in the Flight Sim Marketplace. But I recently got a hold of it because I got a €10 Sim Market gift card from Maple Aviation during one of his prior giveaways. Speaking of Maple Aviation, or Gapel Aviation as we called him for our next stream with him, that'll be on Friday, we're going to be flying from Minneapolis, St. Paul, down to Chicago O'Hare. With that being said, guys, you definitely don't want to miss out on that flight on Friday. You'll definitely want to make sure you make it over here to the channel. You're definitely going to probably see some antics that you're probably not 100% used to on the channel, so make sure you make it for Friday. I'm also talking with 14AD about 2 shared cockpits this week, one on his channel, which I'm thinking we're planning on doing one tomorrow. I just want to nail down the time of 14AD on that. And then Thursday, we'll probably do one on mine as well. So I know we did one with 14AD last week where we were flying extra 300s out of a certain airport. And while we were there flying, you know, of course, Casey Catalina joins in and Call Sign Heavy joins in, and, you know, eventually Casey Catalina, you know, starts dropping bits for bounce in the chat. And folks, believe me, that domain name got registered. Our dear friend 14AD registered the domain name bits for bounce. But folks, it's getting kind of interesting. It makes this a lot more fun. You know, so Louis, I'm not exactly sure, but I will say this. Okay, so I just noticed something. I flew earlier with multiplayer off, right? Now this is, you know, of course, post hotfix, right? I think the hotfix broke something with multiplayer. Majorly broke something with multiplayer. Because I know the first time I flew with the hotfix was with Complete Freedom on his Freedom Friday fly-alongs. And we would all disappear from each other's areas occasionally. So that was happening. So we had that happen, and then we also had an issue with us disappearing. I did have a little bit of performance hit then, but my CRJ wasn't completely like broken like it is right now. Like there's something major going on with the CRJ on my end, and it's weird because I just flew it earlier today into Princess Juliana to make sure my frame rates were right. So I'm a little bit, I don't know how to say it, worried about maybe what's going on with the simulator. But here's the thing, this is something I've noticed with the Azobo, right? Azobo releases an update. The update is designed to improve things. So Maple, I don't know what's going on here. But it's something specific with the CRJ because my frame rates are dropping insanely. Like here's the thing, my frame rates will show like a 35 to 41 frame per second average, but every 3 to 4 seconds I'm dropping frames. Like the simulator's locking up. So I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but I'm in the CJ4 right now to at least stream. I'm going to do some work post this stream and see if I can get the CRJ flying okay again, but my guess is whatever Azobo did in this latest hotfix that broke multiplayer, per se, has also jacked up the performance with the CRJ with multiplayer. Now here's the thing. With that being said, lately I haven't been flying the CRJ with multiplayer on. The only time I fly multiplayer is if I'm on VATSIM, right? And VATSIM's multiplayer is a completely different animal from flight sims. So, we're probably, I think, about 240 right now. Let me just take a look. Yeah, we're at 240 because I'm on climb mode right now, I'm here to say. Actually, I think we're going to go ahead and stop the climb here at 33,000 and let this airplane just accelerate. We'll go up to flight level 330, and I'm going to let it just accelerate here. Yeah, so 14, I'm here saying I'm going to stop at flight level 330 so that way we can just get this flight done a little bit faster. But folks, right now it looks like we got about an hour and 15 minutes into Princess Juliana. So guys, like I said, once again, you're definitely going to want to stick around, especially for the landing. Thank you so much, Riri61. Let's go ahead and drop in that Quasi-Guru interceptor emote here so everyone can hear the Go-Go Quasi-Guru. Go-Go Quasi-Guru! Go-Go Quasi-Guru! Go-Go Quasi-Guru! You mighty Brian CJ4! Louis, once again, here's the problem with that. If I start working for Azobo, I will never sleep again. Look, I'm not saying I don't not sleep already, right? But that's the problem. Look, when you actually take a significant amount of pride in your work, especially when it comes to coding never ends, right? And here's the thing, I know what Azobo's trying to do. Okay, Azobo wants to release a product that is absolutely beautiful. They want to draw everyone over to it. They're basically trying to steal the market sectors from X-Plane and P3D, right? And in a way, they're doing a good job. But here's the problem, though. Azobo is so focused on making the simulator look pretty, right? They're very focused on making the simulator look pretty. The physics models are questionable a lot, right? And to me, at least, that's not such a big deal. I mean, I don't mind a pretty simulator. I'd prefer better physics models than we have right now. Like, you know, when you're landing a 747 at an airport and, you know, you're well below your touchdown speed and the airplane still just wants to float like you've got, you know, 100-mile-an-hour tailwind lifting your airplane up or something, you know, just absolutely bizarre, right? But it just wants to float, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, that's not how an airplane flies in real life, right? So here's the thing. If you're flying GA, FS 2020 is a decent simulator. It really is. FS 2020 is a decent simulator if you're flying GA. But if you're flying anything else aside from GA, if you're flying, let's say, I'm not going to say fly-by-wire mod because I think they've done a pretty good job with it, but let's say you're flying the 747, right? You're flying the 787 Dreamliner. You're flying the big jets, right? You're going to have some issues because the physics model is just not where it needs to be yet. Eventually, I think they'll get there, right? And it's going to take them some months to pound it down and get it figured out, but like I said, the problem is when you're good at coding and you enjoy it, there's like a certain line that has to be drawn too, because your employer is eventually going to say, okay, well, we can't keep paying you to throw these fixes in, right? We just want the world update. But the problem is they're also going to say, but we also want these fixes. We want more of this. And I know when Azobo was making when they were talking on the FS 2020 official about the latest world update, you know, they're like, oh yeah, and we re-enabled, you know, smaller trees being able to be drawn from greater distances. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I said right from the get-go there, get ready for lower FPS. Because that right there is a signifier that you're going to have lower FPS in your simulator. And it's going to happen because there's no doubting that. Look, if you're drawing something sooner, that's part of the problem, right? You're creating part of your issues, right? So it's not about just passing forward what you want done, but it's making the simulator more functional. It's not breaking things that were already not broken, right? Like, I feel like a lot of what Azobo releases right now is 25% fixes or 25% updates, and then the other 75% of things is stuff that they break inside of the updates. And then they have to go back and release multiple hot fixes until the simulator's back to a better point, right? But here's the thing. What kills me is before World Update 4, that last hotfix they issued before World Update 4, the simulator was actually decent. My frame rates were up. Everything was stable. I wasn't having stutters or jitters. It just worked. And unfortunately, now I can't say the same thing about the simulator. Now it's more or less, we're just kind of flying, you know, on our heels and toes, hoping that we don't have something else break. Exactly. Like, I mean, we had a few good days of what the simulator experience should have been, and now we're back down to one of these things where it's like, okay, well, you might be able to fly this airplane and not have a problem, but if you fly this airplane, you're gonna have nothing but problems, right? So I don't know. I guys, look, I know for a fact it's gonna get better. It's just gonna take time, and unfortunately, it's taking Azobo longer than I feel like it should. But at the same time, though, with that being said, this is kind of the world of flight simulators, right? X-Plane releases an update, or P3D releases an update. People don't always update, right? And if Flight Simulator would give me the option, I wouldn't update either until I was sure that the update that I'm going up to is in good enough condition to run. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the world updates are amazing. It's really cool that they're adding in things that we haven't seen before in the simulator. They're improving photogrammetry aspects in the simulator. That's really awesome, right? To see these improvements. But part of the problem with that is they're not just doing world updates. They're doing other little tweaks and things in the background that we are hoping are going to make the simulator better. But ultimately, those tweaks that they're making, those patches they're making in the background, make the sim experience even worse. So, I don't know. You're right, though, Louie. It is very hysterical, though. Yeah, and you know, that's kind of how I feel, right? Like, I know, you know, you made a comment back when World Update 4 was coming up. I wonder what they're going to break next. And I even said the same thing, right? And I actually made a comment saying, well, as long as they don't break your controls, I'll be okay. And what did they do? They broke your controls. Yeah, so, you know, there's that, right? Give me 1 second, guys. I need to just go ahead and turn off my box fan in my bedroom because I'm starting to, like, super chill my room. Give me 1 second. Like I said, wouldn't take me very long. Just had to turn off that fan really quick, but at least we're up in the air and we're flying. So welcome back to the CJ4, which is my first love in the simulator. No, that's a lie, actually. My first love in Flight Sim 2020 was the TBM. I fell in love with that, and then I found out about the working Title Mod Garmin 3000 update. I applied that, then I did the CJ4 one, and then I fell in love with the CJ4, and then I got the Aerosoft CRJ. I hated it at first, and I loved it again, and then now it seems to be having some sort of weird issue for me, and I'm hoping it's just related to Curacao, maybe. I got my fingers crossed. But like I said, after this stream, I'm going to do a whole bunch of diagnosing with that and seeing if I can get it to actually function right again, but I'm having some weird jitters and stutters with the FPS, and I don't totally get it, so I'll probably go through the process of resetting it, see if I can get it to fly again. Yeah, and you know, that's the thing I'm here to say. So the TBM was my first favorite, and you've been working on the A320 and the 748 lately, and you know what, actually, the 748 Salty's mod is actually a pretty decent mod for as much time that's been invested in it. You know, what kills me is I was actually on the GitHub the other day looking over the 748 from Salty's mod, and I'm reading an issue report, right? And someone said this is a terrible mod. And they're like, there's so much more stuff that could be added. And I remember one of the developers responded in that same thread and said, you know, look, we're doing as much as we can. We're offering this for free. We don't have that many people working on it, developing it, right? Oh my gosh, Dave Rendon just blew up my channel. Just gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the Quasi-Guru community. Thank you so much, Dave Rendon. Gifted tier 1 sub to Ramp Check, Casey Catalina, CYQQ Flyer, Ground Point Niner, and EU Ghost 9. So welcome everybody to the Quasi-Guru club. Glad to have you join in. Folks, don't forget that my emotes are all sound hooked. So if you drop any of my emotes into the chat, they will actually play some a little bit of a musical background there for you. So welcome, glad to have you join in. Oh my gosh, H2 Olympian is now rating me as well. H2 Olympian, welcome my friend. How did your stream go? Did you have a good time? I hope you had a good time. Absolutely, you gotta get those captain stripes. That's the whole point of subscribing, right? Gotta get those. Whoa, look at that. There we go. Now we're dropping an ESSA for H2 Olympian. Folks, if you, well, look at this. This is nuts right now. This is great. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Look at that. Casey Catalina. Captains normally have to go through this entire, like, you know, process of trying to upgrade, right? And here you are. You got gifted a subscription to the Quasi-Guru Twitch channel, and you have officially upgraded to captain. So there is your raise, my friend. There is your raise. Thank you guys so much. This is absolutely fun. Welcome back, H2 Olympian. Beat our record for most wins in a stream. Really awesome. What all did you play on this last stream? Folks, if you don't know H2 Olympian, you need to go check him out. He does a whole bunch of like retro gaming and stuff. So was he hacking? I thought he was. Oh my gosh, H2 Olympian, thank you guys so much. This is absolutely crazy right now. I think you guys have broken my stream here already. So let's take a look at something here. So I feel like my alerts are... Okay, I am back. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Definitely back. I apologize for that. I'm actually trying to work on something here, and I forgot, due to a recent issue we had on the channel, I set up something that I forgot to put myself into studio mode, take a look and change, so I'm now in studio mode to work on it. But at least we're here. Yeah, I'm the hide and seek champ, that's right. Hide and seek champ in a CJ4. One of the world's smallest private jets, and I'm definitely able to go hide and seek in it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong, because that, or maybe I never reset my raids, and that's probably what happened, to be honest. Oh, you know, it very well could have been. You know, they could have knocked me out for a minute and said, you know what, Quasi-Guru, you obviously need this new update that you don't have yet. Huh. There we go. I think I've got it back to what it was. Give me 1 second here to verify something. Alright. I'm going to try this again here. Let me go ahead and drop out of... Second, there we go. Alright, let's give this a shot again. I'm going to go ahead and replay H2 Olympian's alert here. For a reason, folks, because you know what, it played the wrong soundbite, so let's replay it. We light it up, we won't come down. And the world can't stop us now. Oh wait, it stopped. I'm sorry. I know that was probably painful, guys, but at least you're sticking in here with me. Oh great, there went all my viewers. We're now at 0. We're now at 0 viewers. No, I'm kidding, guys. You guys are still here. All right, folks, but at least we're flying up in the air again. Looks like I've got everything reconfigured correctly. I don't know what happened there, but I'm pretty sure I had that set for that sound clip before. And thank you so much, Casey Catalina. Yeah, so I'm a big musical buff. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, call sign heavy. Yes. Yeah, you know, guys, that's actually one of my favorite musicals that's been recently released. And if you guys don't know, go take a look at The Greatest Showman. So one of the songs is called This Is Me, right? And if you actually watch the YouTube video about the making of that song, the lady that sings it had this complete mind break for a second, right? And she just literally, like, guys, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna link something here on YouTube really quick so you can go take a look at this, but this is absolutely incredible. And I really want you guys to see this because it was so cool to see the emotion coming from her. So let me do this. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna drop this YouTube link in here for you guys. I love that show. It's so much fun. But take a look at that YouTube link really quick. Watch that really quick before we get too far down the road here. But it's absolutely incredible to see the emotion just pour out of her. Because at the time, they weren't really 100% sure if The Greatest Showman was really going to get out there. And it was all of a sudden like this break for her where she was just like, it's time to do it. It's time to perform. It's time to have fun. And for me, guys, I am a musical buff. All throughout school, I'm not gonna really say elementary school so much, right? Like I think everyone performed in an elementary school theater show or musical, right? But me, on the other hand, ever since I've been in middle school, I have been performing in theater all the way through college. Now, I haven't done anything really outside of that since college, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, Louie, no, thank you so much, Louie, for showing up at least. I totally appreciate you supporting and coming here to spend some time with us. But thank you so much, Louie. Have a great rest of your night, folks. And I'll go ahead and drop it in because I think we've got people forgetting here. But you know what happens if you speed here on the Quasi-Guru channel?
Speed.
That's right. Yeah, so I was a musical nerd, theater nerd, and choir nerd. I was not the band nerd, but I was a musical nerd, theater nerd, and choir nerd all the way throughout school. So it was basically kind of the one thing that always would keep me coming back to, you know, just getting focused again, right? And so I really loved it. And, you know, like I said, Greatest Showman's one of my favorite ones. That's the reason why, like, a lot of my alerts are just, like, musical theater based. But I thought I switched out I really thought I switched out part of the alert earlier. Now, I may not have. But at least we're functioning, guys. At least we're up flying in the air right now here in the CJ. Like I said, I'd much rather do this in the CRJ. I kind of almost prefer the CRJ now. And look, Cessna, it's not that I want to break up with you. It's just there's no room up here. I mean, at least in the CRJ, I've got room to spread out and spread my legs and just... If I need to walk down the aisle, I've got room to walk. That's what it is, guys. No, it's... Canesto, it's really not the Cessna. It's not the Cessna, guys. It's just... I fell in love with a Canadair. That's what it is. I fell in love with the Canadair. Exactly, call sign heavy. I get it now. I totally get it now. Yeah, and guys, I know the channel was founded on the CJ4, and it's a good airplane, right? And you know, CYQQ, I agree with you. A good 737 would be great for the SIM. I know Boeing bought the only 737 available for Flight Sim 2020, and I think the one positive thing for Boeing is he has his own cockpit, right? And as long as he can get everything mapped correctly, it flies okay. But realistically, as far as planes go, $25 for a cockpit that looks like it came straight out of FSX with chrome on the handles. I mean, that's a little bit, to me, steep, right? But since he's got his own homemade cockpit, it kind of changes things a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, I think it does at least, so. Exactly. I mean, you know, but like I said, to me, it's one of those things I would much rather fly in the CRJ. Like I said, I love the CJ4. It's a good airplane. I love the fact that Navigraph's directly built in, so literally all I have to do is go click chart, click lower menu, and then as long as I have everything loaded in, I can just pull up the charts, right? Like, that's cool and all, right? Like, I can pull up my Jeppesen charts here directly in the airplane. It's a neat feature, right? But I really like what Aerosoft has done with the CRJ. If it wasn't for the performance issue right now, I probably would have gone through a full checklist on the CRJ this last time. Thank you so much, Ruri61, for the Go-Go Quasi-Guru once again. Folks, I'll go ahead and drop that back into the chat there. Go-Go Quasi-Guru! Of course you clip that. Of course you clip that. Of course you clip that, Casey Catalina. Go-Go Quasi-Guru! You mighty flying CJ But it's the truth, though. It's the fact that, you know, I love the citation. I would probably love it more if I was flying the Longitude, but let's be honest, Longitude's a big piece of trash because it's DRM locked by a Zobo, so I don't know. Heading back to Oakland Ground Shadows. Okay, no problem, Weary, no problem. But yeah, I don't know, I'm at that point where I'm starting to really enjoy the study level aircraft, and the CJ4 is a really good study level aircraft, right? Absolutely. And you know, the CJ4 is all Collins Pro Line too. So at least we've got a benefit there. I mean, of course, you know, the keyboard layout's completely different. I think that's part of my problem when I fly the CRJ, because I don't fly it enough, right? So to me, at least, flying the CRJ is one of those things that I'm kind of digging for where the keys are at, right? Because I'm not so used to it. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But yeah, you know, it's I don't know, guys. I just want to fly the CRJ right now. I really wanted to fly it, especially since Call Sign Heavy is here, and you know, he was asking if I would do a checklist, and honestly, I was going to, if it wasn't for the frame rate skipping I was having, because like literally it was almost uncontrollable, and even after I started the pushback, I couldn't get the pushback to stop at all. With pushback helper or with shift P, it would not stop. It just kept going. So I'm kind of at the point where I'm just going to let bygones be bygones, and I'm going to try to reset the CRJ here after the stream and see if I can get it flying again. I just wish there was an easier way to deal with the Aerosoft CRJ. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that the best airplanes that are study level are all sandboxed, right? So like, you know, they try to separate the airplane as much as possible from the simulator to make the experience better. And while I think that's a good thing to potentially do, I think it also creates more complexity with getting the aircraft to run stable 100% of the time. So Call Sign Heavy, I think Air Manager is used for home cockpit setups, if I'm right. Now, of course, CYQQ, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Because I don't obviously have a home cockpit setup. I mean, you know, the best thing that I've got is a Logitech 3D Extreme Pro, Logitech rudder pedals, and a Honeycomb Alpha yoke. I swear I'm going to keep speeding here if I don't pay attention. At least we're not getting pulled over, though, yet, right? Yet? All right, folks, 40 minutes into Princess Juliana here. We're at 303 nautical miles. It looks like our top of descent here is going to be in 24 minutes. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. Just make sure the top of descent is at least showing. There we go. Yep, top of descent does show on the chart. So yeah, it'll be in about 180 nautical miles for the start of descent. So that looks good to me. Hopefully this will keep working. Software that allows the use of monitor for instruments. Okay, absolutely. You know, like I said, I ultimately would like to get down to building a home cockpit at some point in my life, but it's kind of one of those things, you know, I think you start off small, right? You start off with a joystick, then you get rudder pedals, then you get a yoke, and then eventually the insanity pulls you in, and then you start to build a home cockpit for your simulator. Overhead panels, a 50-inch TV. They probably don't, Canesto. They probably don't. I mean, you know, what's the best I can do? Right alt-click to pull up a panel, right? I mean, I can do that. And right alt-click to pull up a panel, but that's not, you know, the same in a sense. But yeah, you know, I think that clip's definitely going to go down in history now at this point. You know, me saying, you know, look, Cessna, it's not you, it's me. I want to have room to spread out my legs and get comfortable, and I'd like to go walk down the aisle and use a bathroom, and, you know, have a decent sink, and be able to go to the galley and get some coffee. Just don't feel like, you know, we can do this anymore, Cessna. I feel like, you know, we're not working out like we used to. We're not, and it's because Aerosoft brought something superior, potentially, right? I mean, I wish it was free, but you know, some of the best things in life are free, like the CJ4, but Aerosoft stepped up the game, CJ. They just did, and I'm sorry, Cessna, but it's not goodbye forever. It's just goodbye when the CRJ's not flying right, so that's what it is. Let's not talk about that. Okay, Nesto. Let's not talk about landing rates being what makes you win over me on a Jackson Hole landing challenge, right? Let's not talk about that, okay? Let's not talk about the fact that you use a mouse yoke and I use a Honeycomb Alpha, and that I spent significantly more for my Honeycomb Alpha, or let's not talk about my rudder pedal expense or the Logitech 3D Extreme Pro and all the other stuff that I've invested in my simulator to try to make it more realistic. I mean, to be honest, that's probably why you're an Airbus pilot, Canesto. It's probably because you like to tell airplanes what to do, right? Juxtaposed to, you know, using a mouse and a keyboard setup, right? But then again, somehow you still managed to beat my landing challenge score in Jackson Hole. That right there, I'm not 100% sure how you did it, but you did do it. And yeah, I'm still not 100% happy about that, right? And you know, Canesto, I know you gotta explain now, right? But did you actually install it, or are you still running on the trial for Explain, Canesto? That's what I want to know. Alright, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get configured here for top of descent. Looks like we got about another 21 minutes to go, but I'm going to start to program in the next constraint at least. Well, that's interesting. I actually don't have a constraint altitude on this one. Did I punch in our arrival? I did not. Let's go ahead and do this really quick. Yaluba 1, Dondi, execute. Now we officially have a real top of descent. Let's go ahead and get rid of the discontinuity here. That looks good to me. Alright, so it looks like next constraint's at 2,600, then we'll be down to 1,600. Then 100 at PJM, and then runway height is at 70 feet. So let's go ahead and bug our altitude for 2,600, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and arm VNav, which is going to go to VALTs, which will then eventually jump over to VPath here for the descent. Okay, so call sign heavy, you know, this is something I wanted to ask you earlier when we were talking, but let me ask you, so when you finally went from flying the CRJ to flying a heavy, were you excited to have VNAV on board? Were you excited about having VNAV on board? Because I'll tell you what, that is the one thing that I really like the CJ4 for. It's having VNAV. If anything, just VNAV alone makes the airplane much more enjoyable, because not only am I not having to calculate top of descent, but it's just, there's almost no thought process going into it. I set VNAV, arm VALT, set my altitude constraints, and the airplane just flies them. I mean, that's probably one of the best things. You know, CYQQ, here's what I'll tell you. I haven't flown the CJ4 in over a week. Is that accurate? But I will tell you this. The CJ4, I generally land under 100 feet per minute. My best landing with the CJ4 was at 4 feet per minute. That was coming into Prince George in Canada. So that'll at least give you some room to play with there. I'm not saying I'm going to hit 4 feet tonight. Trust me, that's not what I'm saying at all. Believe me. You know, and call sign heavy, and that's the one thing I feel like, you know, the CJ4 is missing, right? Like, I mean, if you go up to the longitude, which obviously is a, in a sense, much larger private jet, right? But if you go up to the longitude, at least you have auto throttles, you have VNAV. It's definitely a jump up. I'm not saying the Azobo product's that great, because it's not. The Azobo product needs some work, right? So, someone won Navigraph that day? Wait a second, who won Navigraph? Because that's something I'm still thinking about doing too. I'm actually thinking about on this channel possibly doing a Navigraph giveaway, but the problem is Navigraph, they don't have a way to give it out. So I've emailed them and I tried to see if there is a way they could sponsor one. They said, no, we actually don't have the ability to do that yet. And then I asked them, I was like, well, is there a way I could pay for it and have it gifted to somebody? And they said, we can't do that either. No. So, I didn't do Navigraph. I did a CRJ giveaway. He won a CRJ from me. I didn't do Navigraph yet, because I can't do a Navigraph giveaway without a PayPal. Well, I did the same thing with Lethor for the CRJ. I actually went ahead and gave him PayPal money, because there was really no good way then, unless I wanted to spend money in euros to go ahead and get a gift card. Wait, so this was somewhere else, Canesto? Because he won the CRJ from my channel. And if he won Navigraph from somewhere else, that's actually kind of impressive. Because I'll tell you what, I would love to have not spent any money on Navigraph. No, I did not. No, Canesto, I did not give away Navigraph. I did the CRJ. I never did Navigraph. Lethor won the CRJ from me. And I'm telling you, that's a fact. I did not do a Navigraph giveaway. I was talking about it. But the problem is, like I said, Navigraph has no good way to give it away. No. The Prince George landing is not when I gave out did a giveaway. I never did a Navigraph giveaway on this channel. Now, I used to do giveaways for landing rates for subscriptions to the channel. I did do that, but no, I've never done Navigraph, Canesto, never. I would love to do it if Navigraph gave me the option to go ahead and gift it to somebody. I mean, I don't mind spending the money to buy it for somebody else, but it's just, I'd much rather make sure it's being utilized for that purpose, you know? So, 33 minutes, folks, to touchdown and Princess Juliana, but CYQQ, if you want to keep up that winning attitude, though, I would say predict between -4 to -100. That's the range I'm going to give you. Yeah, maybe I won it for myself because I ended up buying it. But that was a lot later, though, than... I didn't have the yoke yet, did I? I don't think I had the yoke yet for Prince George. But yeah, that landing though, folks, let me go and pull it up here really quick for everybody, because I do have that one thing. I believe it's butter landing. Ah, there it is. Butter landing, and then butter landing. And there you go, guys. So there is the landing in Prince George. The first clip that is shown there is the butter landing exterior view as we were coming down in for landing into Prince George. The runway's all jacked up in this one, and you'll see that there towards the end. And then the interior clip is the opposite one there. So, but guys, go ahead and take a look at that if you'd like to, so you can see the replay of the Prince George landing. It was a really good landing, folks. Probably some of the best butter I've ever laid down with the CJ4. I'm not saying that, you know, you should ever attempt to put the wheels on the ground really, really slowly like I did there, but you know, I think that's partially Flight Sim's physics model that allowed me to do that. So, but yeah, it was definitely legendary, guys. As you can see on the right there, 1480's face, it was just priceless. It was priceless. Ooh, man, I'll tell you what, trying to clear my sinuses out here. A little over 100 miles away from top of descent, 127 miles away, 16 minutes until top of descent, folks. So hopefully everyone's ready to come down in for landing. We won't bother with safety belts for now. We'll go ahead and let the crew know they can go ahead and unbuckle back there. Yeah, but I'm definitely excited about this landing, though, because, guys, having this airworthy design scenery is probably some of the best scenery I've ever seen in the simulator. And mind you, this is the first pay-war scenery I bought for the Sun. So, and I mainly got it because I saw it on YouTube and I said I need to have it. So, yeah, I had to get it eventually. I knew I did. I just was like, I don't want to spend 20 bucks for scenery, but honestly, this scenery is probably worth more than that. So, I'll go ahead and pay the 20 bucks for this one. Ah, I gotcha. Land with authority so nobody wants to hang around for too long. Exactly. There you go. Just make sure you're not wanting to hang out with the passengers, right? Don't show up to the front of the cabin. That unless they're trying to run off the plane, right? There you go. Oh, heavens. A Sirius XM shack? There might be. I'm not 100% certain. Not 100% certain here. Like I said, I flew in a little bit earlier just to see what the frame rate was going to look like with the CRJ, and earlier it was doing fine. But I'm almost assuming this issue with frame rate is related to multiplayer. So like I said, I'll do some testing post-stream and find out, but I'm pretty sure it's all multiplayer related. Oh, you're the first one out, so you don't even have to hear the passengers complain. I can't blame you. I cannot blame you. I'd probably be the first one out, too. Try to slow it down a little bit here again before we start overspeeding. I'm basically writing that speed tape right now. Yeah, but this is definitely one of my favorite airports in the simulator, at least, you know. It's awesome approach, you know, flying into that beach. I know it's unfortunate that KLM decided to stop their flights in there, but in a way you can't blame them, you know. When you got a worldwide pandemic going on and it's slowed down air traffic, it's slowed down people vacationing and stuff like that, it's going to be difficult at best to keep traffic high enough to get in there. Guys, really quick, I just want to throw this out here really quick. If you guys have not already, do me a favor. Call Sign Heavy is a real-world CRJ pilot, also flies, I believe, 757767 as well. But folks, with that being said, I want you to go ahead and make sure you drop in a follow for him. He is currently 4 follows away from affiliate, guys. Definitely excited for him. I'm going to give him a quick shout out here. Make sure you go give Call Sign Oh, I typed that in wrong. Let me do this again.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and down through my
Yeah, go take a look at Call Sign Heavy, everybody. He definitely needs only 4 more followers to hit affiliate. Excellent streamer, guys. He goes through the entire process of being able to fly the CRJ. So, you know, if you want to learn it from one of the best people to learn it from, you want to learn it from the pilot that's flown it, right? So, go take a look at him. He'll go through a complete checklist explaining how to work with your SimBrief profiles and how to work with your SimBrief flight plans, guys. This is extremely inclusive information that you probably won't find at many other channels. I know a lot of us, you know, try to rush to get up in the air and also try to get landed. So yeah, thank you so much, CYQQ. But yeah, he definitely deserves to get up to affiliate. He definitely deserves to blow up more than that even, because he's just excellent content creator, guys. And not only that, but like I said, he can teach you a lot of things about that CRJ that you probably don't know. And you know, guys, I've watched a lot of content on the CRJ. I probably watched over 8-9 hours worth of content before I flew it myself for the first time. And I'm not even claiming myself to be a professional in it. I've already learned some things there from Call Sign Heavy that I thought I already knew. But you know, that's the wonderful experience about being able to watch a real world pilot fly it juxtaposed to someone that's, you know, just a simulator pilot, right, on the weekends or the weekdays, right? You know, so, you know, guys, if you want to see a speedrun startup, that's why you come to the Quasi Guru Twitch channel, right? Because I will do a speedrun startup on almost anything in the simulator. I could do it in the A320neo. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I won't forget some things if I'm in the A320, because I will. But here in the CJ4, I can get this airplane going in less than a minute, so I was giving you a shout out, Call Sign Heavy, and telling people to go follow you because you're 4 follows away from affiliate. So I'm trying to make sure people get over to your channel because, you know, you're a real world CRJ pilot, and who better to learn from than somebody that's actually flown it. So, you know, I'm trying to show you some love, bring you some more people to your channel, get you up there to affiliate. That way you can start working on getting those emotes uploaded and having even more fun here on Twitch. Exactly. There you go. That's how you do it, CYQQ. That's right. You start up one engine, start taxing, and then you eventually start it up again. That's right. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get you shouted out here, trying to get you up here to affiliate because you definitely deserve it. I mean, you know, from the content that I've had the chance to watch so far, I'm just incredibly impressed with how much length you go to explaining how to do things. Between the actual checklist of getting started up, to working inside a SimBrief, to work on a flight plan, reading flight plans, it's actually really, really cool. And you know what, Knesso, the reshader looks really good there in X-Plane 11. I don't know if I responded to you or not, but yeah, it looks really, really good. Thank you so much, Call Sign Heavy, for the Quasi Guru Interceptor remote. Alright, folks, top of descent here in 10 minutes, so we will start to descend here shortly. Well, and that's the thing, you know, CYQQ. You know, here's the thing. At the end of the day, and this is something I've been talking about for a bit now, but, you know, since Dave Rendon and Dave Rendon got his PPL, and then Complete Freedom is, you know, going to be testing out here, I think, in the next 8 days, right? So he'll be going for his check ride here soon, and they've inspired me to get back up in the air. So I am currently working on getting everything done again. But here's the thing. So I was initially thinking of maybe chasing ground school first, but then, you know, I was working with talking to some friends that, you know, have actually gone through it too. The first thing you really want to do is you want to make sure you can get your FAA medical certificate, because if you can't, going to ground school and getting training in a plane is not going to get you anywhere unless you can find a way to actually get up in the air. And the only way you're going to do that is with an FAA medical certificate. So I'm going to first work on trying to get that. If I can get my FAA medical certificate, I will tell you this right now. I will be hard focused on getting my private pilot's license. So, you know, streaming here on this channel may go down significantly during the week. Or what I'll probably do is, and this is something I was discussing with Call Sign Heavy, is what I may do is I may start to do things a little bit different. So I may actually go on to VAT USA. We'll go through some lessons on VAT USA to at least help me with becoming more book proficient before I actually start to go through the process of paying for ground school and going through the expensive process of renting an airplane potentially, or even buying one, to really lessen the cost of training. But you know, guys, that's all part of it, though. You know, there's definitely a process to it. It's not one of those things, you know what I mean? Here's the thing, yeah, the FAA says what, you only have to have, I think, a minimum of 40 or 45 hours to get your PPL, but that's not the realistic hours to shoot for, right, to get your PPL. And just because you only need that many hours doesn't mean the cost is not significant, right? Because you're spending a lot of money on airplane rental, you're spending money on fuel, you're spending money on a rental, you're spending money for an instructor, you're spending money for the flight school that you're going to. You're constantly dishing out money, so I think the best thing to do is become as proficient as you can outside of flight school, outside of renting an airplane, before you get started. So like I said, my first goal is going to be work on getting the FAA medical certificate. After that, I will work on going to flight school. I'll probably, like I said, work on some VAT USA stuff to get more proficient for my PPL, as well as IFR training. And then from there, I'll do my ground school, either locally or I'll do that online. And then we'll go ahead and start working on getting to a flight school in the area. I'm thinking there's a flight school near me in Valparaiso, Indiana. I'll probably go there. So, you know, I've definitely got a whole bunch of options open to me right now. But first things first, let's focus on that FAA medical certificate, right? Because without that, you can spend a whole bunch of money and not get anywhere. So I'm going to work on that first, and then we'll go from there. Thinking about doing a flight and want to entitle everyone X-Plane or MSFS 2020 Orlando to Key West. All right, yeah, Dave Brennan, if you want to let us know on the date, just let us know. You know, honestly, I don't care if it's X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just let us know which one you want it to be, and, you know, definitely reach out because I'd love to be there with you, so. Thinking about keeping it GA then, I'm guessing, Dave? Probably a GA flight maybe in the Bonanza or something. Okay, so question for everybody. Favorite GA aircraft? It can be in the simulator or it can be IRL. What is your favorite GA aircraft? For me, I would probably say it's going to either be... I'm kind of between three airplanes, so I guess if I want a turboprop, it's going to be probably a TBM. If it's going to be piston, it'll probably either be a Beechcraft Baron or a Bonanza. I really like the Bonanza. Oh, VFR, yeah, absolutely, that'd be kind of fun. MCO to EYW, yeah. TBM for turbo, 152 for signal. Yeah, and you know, that actually makes a lot of sense to me. Those are both really great aircraft. Like I said, for me, you know, I'm big on the TBM for the turboprop, but aside from that, I really like the Beechcraft Baron and the Beechcraft Bonanza. You know, I know a lot of people really enjoy, what is that little single engine airplane that costs like $750,000? It's like 3/4 to 1.25 depending on how you load it up. It is the Cirrus. Yeah, the Cirrus. And mind you, I think the Cirrus is cool because of the parachute, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about the Cirrus, I'll be honest. That's right, Canesto. Drop in that speed tape emote because I just broke it. 172 all the way, only IRL I've ever flown. It kept me alive in the sky. There you go. And that's what matters, right? I mean, you know, I think there's something to be said about, you know, staying alive in the sky, right? So, yeah, the first time actually, my discovery flight, I was on a 172. So, I thought that was kind of fun. And, you know, I know a lot of people have heard my story about that. And flying that airplane was kind of cool. I mean, I was 10 years old when I did my first discovery flight. And when we started our descent, well, actually, when we were flying back towards the other airport, is when the pilot told me to take controls. And I was like, what do you mean take controls? And he's like, grab the yoke. I was like, well, I don't have a yoke at home. I have a joystick. He's like, it's very similar. He's like, just grab the yoke with your left hand. He's like, you understand pushing in is down, pulling up is up, right? I was like, yes. And he's like, okay, good. That's all you really need to know. And he's like, I'm going to have you fly left downwind base and then final. And then he's like, we'll see how you're doing, you know, and if we get any wind shear, you know, I may take over. And it was kind of a cool experience to, you know, be able to fly at such a young age. And I'm grateful now to at least have the people surrounding me to at least encourage me to get back into it. So I'm excited about getting that done right now. All right, folks, top of descent here in 2 minutes. We'll be descending here shortly. The Beech Model 1.8, yeah, that's a great airplane, call sign Heavy, absolutely. You know, I know some people like long walks on a beach, right? I'd much rather a long flight in a beach. That's just me, though, right? That's just me. You got your PPL in a 172. Okay, that's awesome, CYQQ. That is awesome. All right, folks, we're about to start our descent here. Let's go ahead and arm the seatbelt lights because, you know, this could very well get rocky coming down. We're also in VNAV mode, so the airplane is going to descend however fast it wants to. We're about to capture the glide path here, it looks like. We're doing okay so far. Everything seems to be functioning, so let's see how this works out. You know, guys, we do officially also have available to us the sunset. So I'm trying to summon Slayer T in here. Slayer T, speak up. I know you're probably in the chat. You're just not talking yet. But come on, join us here, Slayer T, as the sun is setting, as we're coming into beautiful Princess Juliana. You love the Queen, huh? You talking about the 747, Casey Catalina? Oh, the GA Piper Seneca, yeah. Oh, commercial the Queen, yeah. So, you know, honestly, it's a thing. Like I said, you know, growing up, my goal in life was to fly the Queen of the Skies. And, you know, there's a possibility that I still might be able to do that here in the future. Who's to say, you know, what's going to limit me, or, you know, if I'll hit that goal ultimately, but I think that's still my ultimate goal. I would love to fly the 747, the 748. Because I think it's an absolutely gorgeous aircraft, and there's something I think ingrained in my mind as a little kid that, you know, the bigger the vehicle, I want to drive it or I want to fly it, right? And so going throughout high school, you know, when I initially got disappointed by what a teacher said about me going into aviation, I kind of dropped that idea off, and I was throwing around different ideas as to what to do, and I was like, well, my uncle drove semi-truck, so I kind of want to try that. So I started driving semi-truck, did that for almost 7 years, right? And I'll say the one thing that really inspired me about that is I started driving these big trucks, and I wanted to drive something even bigger. The goal was always do something more difficult, right? Try to do something that I've never done before and just keep pushing that more difficult item. Absolutely. We got Sogun Okami in the box. Let's go ahead and take a look here if Sogun Okami is tuned in my transponder. Sogun Okami, are you 7,000? Because if you are, my friend, you are definitely in the box. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you join in today. Luckily, we do not have aliens on board this flight. That only happened on my last CRJ flight, and I think Slayer was right. It's probably because I decided to fly Spirit into India. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, and that's the thing, call sign Heavy. I think that's my ultimate goal. And, you know, I know we were talking about, you know, your profile name, right, for Twitch earlier, and there's something really empowering about being able to call out, you know, Heavy, right, behind your behind your call sign, right? You know, like right now, if, you know, I'm flying this little private jet, you know, if I was able to call out a Citation 73 Hotel Papa Heavy, and I know that's laughable at best because I just said Citation, but if I was able to call out Heavy behind that, yeah, there's something special about that, right? Now, don't get me wrong, you know, the goal, like I said, was always to fly something bigger or drive something bigger, and it was always a challenge to keep pushing that direction. And so, you know, I heard about the Airbus A380 and I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's bigger, but I honestly don't like it as much. And I think part of it is I kind of feel like, to me, the Airbus A380 is a much more ugly version of a large aircraft. To me, I actually kind of prefer the aircraft that are, how should I say it, like the 7.4, right? To me, that is like the ultimate, that's like the ultimate aircraft to me, right? Like the 747, and I don't care what model it is, right? Yeah, the A380 I'm not a big fan of. I think it's not a very good looking airplane. It just isn't, unfortunately. The 7.4 on the other hand, very good looking airplane. And look, I'm not dogging Airbus, right? But even the Beluga looks better than the A380. And a lot of people think the Beluga is an ugly airplane, but I think with the right decaling on that, there we go. That's right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Big planes do have a thing about them besides the Airbus A380. That one, I don't like the way the Airbus A380 looks. Like, I think it's disgusting. It's not a very good looking airplane at all. Alright folks, I'm going to roll back the time really quick so that we at least get the beautiful view coming down here into Princess Juliana. We're currently working our descent. We're about 12 minutes away from the airport. We're dropping down at about 2,100 feet a minute here, so that's going to put us down another 21, 22. Yeah, actually, the glide path's still looking good, so we'll go ahead and just maintain this. I will pull back the throttles a little bit so we can just make sure our descent stays where it needs to be. You know, Mr. Pilot 222, I think Airbus looks good with an A320, right? But the A380 is just not a good-looking airplane. It's just not. I mean, how can anybody say that the A380 is a good-looking airplane, right? Like, yeah, the A350 is kind of like, you know, a Corey Hart song, right? Wearing his sunglasses at night. Like, I'm okay with that look, but the A380 does not have it going for it. It's just big and just not very good-looking. But Boeing, though, really did something with that 7.4, you know? I mean, that hump up front, right? And then just kind of flops back down in the back. Like, that 7.4 to me speaks to me. It really does. The queen of the skies. The queen of the skies. I mean, I'm the queen of Quasi-Guru, but the 7.4 is the queen of the skies. And therefore, that's why Quasi-Guru should fly the queen of the skies, right? That's exactly it. Yep, that makes sense to me. See, it's all adding up in my head now. All adding up in my head. KC Catalina, the A350 looks good from the inside in first class. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's probably better to be walked on the airplane blindfolded so you can't see it from the gate, right? Just let them sit you down and just be done with it. You weren't cool enough, but those suites look comfy. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, I'm definitely enjoying the stream though. Yeah, we started off kind of rough, and like I said, I'm having some sort of weird issue with the CRJ, and my guess is here's the only thing I can tell you guys that's different right now. I turned on multiplayer. That's really the only thing that's different. I turned on multiplayer and then I started having issues, so I'm thinking maybe there's an optimization issue going on somewhere and it's causing problems with it, but like I said, after this flight's done, I'm going to be working on that, trying to see if I can just reset it again and see if that fixes it. I'm hoping it does, because like I said, Mr. Pilot, I think you missed this. I hope you're still listening to me here in chat. Please let me know if you are. But Canesta already heard it too. But I'm just going to be honest, all right? Look, Cessna, it's not you. It's me. I've loved you ever since Working Title started working on you and making you so much more realistic and a better airplane to fly in the simulator, but I'm just... Aerosoft has stole my heart with that CRJ, and look, I'm sorry. I know breakups are hard, but I can stretch out in the CRJ. I've got more leg room. I can walk down a long aisle, and you don't give me that anymore. It was fun while it lasted. It really was, Cessna, but Aerosoft stole my heart with the CRJ, and I basically made you one of my reserve planes now. But it's okay though, CJ4. I'll come back when there's errors again. I'll come back again, but it might be a while. Like I said, CJ4, it's not you, it's me. It really is. I just like that CRJ, and I almost like the Spirit Wings livery. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm sure, I'll probably have everyone stop following me after saying that, but, it's okay, Cessna. I'll find you another person to be with, another person to spend time with you all. I'll rent you out somewhere else. We'll make sure someone else loves you, and, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. It'll all be fine. It will all be fine in the end. All right, folks, we are currently descending down into Princess Juliana here for the runway 10 approach. Folks, glad to have you all join in with me today. We do have the airworthy design scenery, so you'll be able to see the beachgoers waving us in as we land. I'm definitely excited about this, guys. This is my first payware scenery for the sim. I know you think I'd have gotten something sooner, but I'm excited to have it now, and what was causing the cabin alarm, but I was really hoping to break the alarm system in the airplane. I was hoping I would have broken it with the 5 gifted subs for the failbot. I was really hoping I'd break it, but you know what? I definitely got my payback in India when I flew there on Friday, right? Because I was flying Spirit livery, I know, in India. Probably not a good idea in the first place in the CRJ, and I was showing Slayer T the sunset as we were coming, as we were going along, and I jumped back in the airplane. I kid you not, guys. So the CRJ does not have pilots in it by default, and there's no way to enable them either. But I had 2 majorly disformed pilots in the airplane, so I called out saying there was aliens on board. I mean, you guys talk about content, making good content. That definitely created good content. No, Slurty, I did not blame you. I did not blame you. All I was saying is I was showing you the sunset as we were coming down, right? I was showing you the sunset, and I jumped back in the airplane, and aliens were on board. The yoke was hard left. None of the controls were working. Everything was broken. And now today, actually, for some odd reason, I'm having an issue with the CRJ, and I can't figure out what it is. But you know what? Actually, here's the thing. So, Kinesto, I've learned something. If you talk about Slayer T enough, right, it's kind of like, saying Bloody Mary in the mirror like 4 or 5 times, right? Like, she's supposed to appear. If you say it enough about Slayer T, he will eventually start speaking in the chat. That's how this works. Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing, though. We're all trying to summon Slayer T. Like, that's our ultimate goal, right? Like, if it's 14, if it's Mr. Pilot, if it's Kinesto, it doesn't matter who it is. We're always trying to summon you to the chat. And we've all started to learn how to do it. We're actually becoming really good at it, obviously, because you do eventually appear. So, there's that, right? There is that. All right, folks, about 5 minutes out here from landing. Looks like we've got about another 8,000 feet to go. Wait for this airplane to start nosediving here in a second. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take over with VS mode, because ever since they updated the CJ4's autopilot, it definitely does not have the same VPath that it used to have. And I think part of that is it's just the way it's designed now. So, but folks, welcome to Princess Juliana. We'll be landing here shortly in about 5 minutes or so. We're about 24 nautical miles out from Princess Juliana. We have the airworthy design scenery, so we'll be able to see those wonderful beachgoers waving at us as we come in for a landing here. It's going to be absolutely wonderful here. And once again, Slayer, I cannot wait till you start getting the streaming back again, my friend. Folks, if you don't know Slayer T, go take a look at him. Drop him a follow for us. That way you guys can at least be notified before he starts to stream. Guys, he's an absolutely wonderful human being. I love having Slayer T join in whenever he gets a chance, and I'll tell you what, he's definitely one of those people that has helped inspire me to continue streaming. So thank you so much, Canesto, for the shout out for Slayer. All right, folks, we're going to go full manual for the rest of the landing. Autopilot's coming off. Awesome Pilot is coming on. All right, I am taking over the airplane now, folks. Here we go, coming down. And Slayer, I hope the audio sounds pretty good today. I've been working on it, so, you know, just let me know if there's anything you think that needs to be tweaked a little bit better. I've got a noise gate running, I've got a compressor running, and I've also got, actually I ended up turning noise suppression off because it just makes this mic sound muddy, so noise suppression is officially off again, I think, or did I turn it back on? I'm pretty sure it's still off. But I think I got it tuned out pretty well. I'm actually down to using my computer speakers for sound, so I'm kind of glad about that. I'm not going to lie. That's something I was wanting to get down to anyway. Don't get me wrong, you know, if I ever go up to a dynamic microphone, which I'll probably eventually do anyway, because honestly, I want a dynamic mic. I'll eventually do it. It'll be a while. It'll be a while before I make that upgrade because, you know, of course, I'll have to get a proper interface. I'll have to get a proper preamp and do all that other stuff to at least get enough of a signal to it. But yeah, you know, and I was a little bit shocked by how bad it was until I started doing some testing with it today. It literally turned my mic into mud, like complete mud. And I was just like, okay, we're not using this filter anymore. So I shut it off and I'm like, yeah, we're done with that for now. All right, we're going to deploy some speed brakes, get us slowed down a little bit here, and just keep making this approach. Yeah, you probably should remove the noise suppression in OBS, Canesto. I was initially trying noise suppression with noise gate and compressor, and I thought I had it sounding pretty good until I started listening to the playback, and I was like, no, this sounds like hot garbage. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the compressors definitely are barely acceptable. I mean, you know, honestly, I want to do something a little bit different. I mean, you know, I would love to maybe get into a TC Helicon Go XLR, but the problem I have with that is you know, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's a bad product. It's not a bad product per se. The issue I have with the TC Helicon is I feel like it's, how should I say it? Look, motorized sliders are really cool and all. Motorized sliders are great on much more expensive equipment, but I almost feel like certain money didn't really go where it should have gone with the Go XLR, and I think they could have done better. And it's unfortunate that they got rid of part of their crew that was making the Go XLR, and they didn't bring out a Go XLR 2, because if they did, that's probably what I'd be in the market for. But like lately, I've been bouncing back between like what type of dynamic mic I'd want to go with. Like, I mean, I think the Rode Pod mic's at a really great value at $100, right? Like, the Rode Pod mic would be great. God, this scenery looks really good, folks. The Pod mic's great value. The Samsung Q9U is good value. I'm not big on the Shure SM7. Well, I'm not going to say the Shure SM7B, but I'm not really big on the Shure MV7. I think that's just a little bit too much for what you're spending, at least. I think, you know, you can get a much better mic for the price. I don't know. I mean, my next mic is obviously going to be XLR. I just don't know which one it's going to be yet, you know, and I'm not gonna drop $450 for an SM7B. I'm not. Because here's the thing. I mean, yeah, you know, SM7B's got great low end. Sounds amazing, right? But I can get similar performance out of I can get similar performance from a Rode Pod mic with the right filters, right? Get similar performance from a Rode Pod mic or a Samsung Q9U. At least with the Q9U, I'd also have USB-C too, so that'd be kind of nice to have something I could record with basically an interface and USB-C. There we go. That's right. Welcome to San Martin. Here we go. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite airports in the simulator, though. Did we even get... Did my landing even get recorded on that one? I don't think it did it? Does that mean I gotta take off again? Are you not connected to my sim? What's going on here? Oh, it didn't connect to my sim. Alright, well, I guess that means I gotta take back off again, right? Go ahead and take back off again really quick so we can get a landing rate here. I guess it wasn't completely connected to my sim. I've actually not had that happen yet, so let me get the flaps back up here. There, we got rotation speed, and here we go. Up we go. Yeah, let's get back up so we can actually properly get a landing rate recorded here. Okay, folks, so we are back up in the air. If you'd like to go ahead and drop in your predictions into chat again, it should work this time. Make sure the bot's actually recording again. Type in predict. Okay, guys, yeah, so go ahead and just drop in your predictions in chat right now. I'm going to go ahead and just circle really quick back for another landing. Like I said, I guess I forgot to click connect to sim. It normally auto connects, but I know they just released a new update for Sim Toolkit Pro, so that could very well be what that issue was too. Oh, probably, yeah. You know, I honestly couldn't blame them for wondering either, because I basically came straight at them. I came at them like a wrecking ball. Here we go. Oh yeah, med school loans. Those are definitely expensive. Tell ya.
Landing gear.
All right, landing gear's coming back down. We're gonna pull back throttle again. We're just gonna circle back here for a landing. And folks, once again, go ahead and drop in your predictions in the chat for the landing rate. I think we're gonna try to see how well we can put this thing down again. I'll try to make it a very similar landing to what we just had. And Slayer, did you hear about my breakup story with the working Title Mod CJ4? Did you hear it? I know you said you've been here, so I'm assuming you probably heard it, but if you didn't, I'm going to go ahead and repeat it real quick, okay? So, look, Cessna, it's not you, it's me. I found a airplane that only costs $50, and that CRJ is just such a beautiful airplane, and I know it just sometimes it just seems that, you know, we haven't been flying together a lot lately, and I know it's rough. It's rough not having me, you know, captain you as we come down into a lot of these really difficult and challenging airports, but you know, CJ, here's the thing. We'll I promise I'm gonna rent you out to people, so you know other people can enjoy you. And believe me, I'm not gonna charge them a premium price, because you know Aerosoft's definitely a premium airplane for what they're charging. And you know, I mean, at least Working Title did it for free, right? And I'm not saying that everything about you is bad, but there's no leg room. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. You're small, horrible, tiny, underpowered, lack sex appeal, and keep it simple. Your history. You know what, CYQQ, don't say that to this airplane right now, because you know what? Maybe I do have a failbot running in the background, and maybe all of a sudden everything's going to randomly start failing here on this final approach coming down into St. Martin. So let's do this one more time, folks. Make sure you drop in your predictions. This time Sim Toolkit Pro is actually recording everything. It's actually recording my rate. So, but look at this beautiful scenery from Airworthy Designs. Just absolutely gorgeous. And it's unfortunate that, you know, they could not have done something similar with photogrammetry in the sim, but this is just absolutely incredible. All right, power's coming to idle. We'll go ahead and deploy the flare just a little late here. Come on, Island Fly, get off the runway. Are you doing touch and goes? Oh, great. A GA aircraft. Alright, I'm gonna go and float above him here really quick. We're not gonna crash into Island Fly, even though I don't think it really matters at this point. I'm just gonna float above him. We're just gonna put her down nice and gentle. There we go. 117, folks. CYQQ, I'm sorry, but it looks like what you said about my Cessna really upset it, and therefore that's the reason why you did not win that challenge. The winning goes to Casey Catalina. Folks, I'm going to reintroduce something that I haven't done in a while, but I figure it's time to finally bring it back into play. But Casey Catalina, since you did officially get a gifted sub to the Quasi Guru Twitch channel, I would like to ask you who you would like a free gifted sub to. It doesn't have to be strictly aviation. It can be anywhere you want. So just let me know where you want it to, and we will go ahead and give you a gifted sub to another channel. So you let me know, or if you want to pass it off to someone else, you can do that as well. Here we go. We're turning around here on the runway. Perfect. At least that time it was recorded, guys, and that time it actually turned out really well. But thank you guys for joining in for the Runway Brung Monday event with Quasi Guru going from Curacao to Princess Juliana. Yeah, we may have had to start the stream 3 times because, you know, of issues with CRJ and really bizarre stuttering that we were having. But you know what? Stuff does happen, folks. I'm not, you know, completely not accustomed to things breaking in the sim. I'm pretty used to it by now. I mean, you know, we've all been experiencing updates for how long now from Azobo, and we don't... Whoa! Mrs. Blood Angel, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome, Sky Command, to the stream. Thank you guys so much for stopping by here. I'm hoping you guys are having a great day. We're doing something a little bit different with the camera setup today because I've changed around my microphone setup a little bit. Leo Rose 470 and Spasm Frog are new here. Welcome here, folks. Glad that you joined in. Leo Rose 470, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Quasi Guru channel here, folks. And you know what? Because we got people that just came in on a raid, let's go ahead and make another quick flight here. We're going to make a flight over to Grand Case. That is also one of the included airports in the Airworthy Design Pack. So you get, oh my gosh, Black Magnet 81 is now also following the channel. Welcome, my friend. Hopefully you're having a great day. Glad to see you guys come over from Sky Command, guys. If you don't know Sky Command, go take a look at him. He is the Mr. Fly by Wire. Okay, I promise you guys, my stream did not just break right now. That was totally me. But he is Mr. Fly by Wire, folks. Go take a look at Sky Command. Excellent streamer, guys. He is basically blown up since he started streaming. You know what? He deserves it more than anybody else. Thank you, Captain 12 for dropping in the Quasi Guru Interceptor emote. Totally appreciate that. Guys, let's do another quick little flight here. Mongo the What is new here. Welcome, Mongo the What. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day yourself, and don't know if you came over from Sky Command channel, but if you did, totally understand why you were hanging out with Sky Command. STW222 is now following. Spasm Frog's following. Black Magnet 81, guys. We're starting to have a little follow train going on here right now. That's awesome. All right, guys, let's make one more quick hop here. We're going to go ahead and head over to Grand Case now. Let's go ahead and see how this turns out, folks. So, but yeah, welcome, guys. Let's head to Grand Case. It's another airport that's included in the Airworthy Design Pack. Let me go and look up the real quick iCal for Grand Case. It is a really quick flight, guys. It's only 4 or 5 minutes. But we can drop in another prediction into the chat there. Looks like iCal Grand Case Espérance is TFFG. So in French, it's the Aérodrome de Grand Case Espérance. So that is the airport that we are going to be heading to here soon. Let's go ahead and change up the music here a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some hype going on here, right? That's right, Slender. Well, here's the thing. So we were just about to end the stream, but I'll tell you what. Because Sky Command came in here with the raid, we're going to do another takeoff. Real quick flight hop over to Grand Case, which is another included airport in the Airworthy Design Scenery. So yeah, absolute butter, Riri 61. Thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and punch in Grand Case, though, really quick. Let's make sure we have that pulled up correctly. Like I said, Gaze, it's a really... Gaze, I can't even speak right now. See, you got me all messed up with that raid there, Sky Command, but welcome, Sky Command's team, the Butter Club. The Butter Club came in, and I laid down some perfect butter there here in Princess Juliana. All right, CYQQ, I totally understand. Like I said, this is like a 4-minute leg, so won't be too long. It's a real quick up and down, and guys, I'm just glad to have you guys join in. How did your stream go, Sky Command? Did it turn out really well? I'm hoping it did. I know I had some fun myself, so let's see here really quick. We're going to head over to TFFG. Yeah, so, well, no, so Sky Command is like the ultimate fly-by-wire flyer, right? Besides Mr. Pilot, you know, Pilot Commander on Sky Command's Discord. But yeah, Mr. Sky Command himself, guys, he is the fly-by-wire. All right, folks, let's go ahead and do this really quick here. We're going to go ahead and punch in another leg here. So instead of TNCC to TNCM, we're going to do TNCM. Let's get this loaded really quick. TNCM in our origin, and we're going to head over to Grand Case, which our iCal there is going to be TN. By the way, really beautiful airports, folks. They even have the towers actually modeled. So if you did a drone cam coming into them, you can actually see the insides of the towers too. Let's go over to TFFG here. Let's load this up. All right, 5 miles, guys. A total of 5 miles. Do you think we'll make it? Do you think we'll make it? We'll have to figure it out here, right? So, all right, here we go, guys. 5 miles over to the next airport. Let's go ahead and do this hop here really quick. Yeah, so, you know, 14, if you'd like to come along with, feel free. You know, we're going to go and taxi back out here to the runway and take off and head over to Grand Case. Like I said, really quick little hop. It's another quick island hop from Princess Juliana. You know, this is one of those things that, you know, I know Canesta was joking with me last week on one of my streams. I ended up doing a, what I thought was a VATSIM event, guys. I thought it was a VATSIM event, and I wasn't paying attention to the dates. But I flew a really short hop. Like, it was literally like less than 30 miles, right? And we flew that hop, and Canesto's like, did we really just, are we really going to fly this short of a hop? We could have probably drove in the time it takes you to get the airplane set up. I'm like, yeah, you're right, but you know, these people are demanding air travel these days. They don't want to ride in their cars, probably because, you know, they're so sick and tired of, you know, being cooped up in their house. So I can't blame them for them wanting to get up in the air too. So let's go ahead and let's get the airplane reconfigured here for a quick takeoff and another quick landing, folks. Once we're up in the air, feel free to drop in your predictions into the chat. Also, Sky Command, I'm just going to lay this down for you really quick, and to Mrs. Blood Angel as well. Guys, listen, I've decided officially something, and I hate to admit it, right? But the CJ4 and I have come a very, very long way, right? But listen, Cessna, it's not you, it's me. Okay, it's really me, right? But I met this other amazing aircraft, the CRJ, and it's got more leg room, and I got room to walk up and down the aisle, and it's so much more enjoyable. And look, I'm not saying you're not the nimble fella that you once were, but you're starting to get older now, you know. And honestly, that Aerosoft CRJ is a lot just smoother of an airplane. And look, CJ4, it's okay. We're gonna stick with each other, and I'm gonna love you regardless, CJ4. Okay, but here we go though. Leo Rose 470, totally understand, my friend. Like I said, we're gonna be making a quick flight. This is gonna take less than 2 to 3 minutes because it's a real quick island hop. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get our takeoff thrust set. We're good there. We're gonna go ahead and rotate. We are officially back up in the air. All right, landing gear is coming up. Flaps are coming up. I'm going to go ahead and just start aiming directly for Grand Case right now. Like I said, this is a very, very, very short flight, folks. I'm just Josie. Welcome, my friend. Welcome back, best friend. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day yourself. Let's go ahead and get everything set up here. Let's set LNAV here. Let's see if I can get it to set. All right, let's go ahead and set up my arrival here into beautiful Grand Case. So we're going to runway 12, execute that, and we'll just let her fly now. Let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit because obviously I'm doing a very terrible thing. I am speeding, folks. You know what that means? You got to drop in the Quasi Guru speed tape. Here we go. There we go. All right, folks, we are turning direct now towards Grand Case here to land. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for the raid from Sky Command. Totally appreciate it. Like I said, Sky Command, I hope your stream went really well and you had a whole bunch of fun. Definitely grateful to have you guys on board again. And, you know, I'm shocked because, you know, tonight's been one of those days that it started off kind of crazy with the CRJ. Nothing was going right, unfortunately. And at least we're back up in the air and flying. We're going to land here in less than about 4 minutes now, as I'm actually directly turning now for Grand Case. I'm forgetting Grand Case is like a little bit further to the westish than what I thought it was initially. So let's get locked back in here for runway 12 into Grand Case, and then we will be landing here shortly, folks, once again. I know, such a short flight. You would think that, you know, we'd be driving here, right? So, but that's fine, though. Let's just put her back down nice and safely in Grand Case and just make this a beautiful, buttery smooth landing, because that's what you guys are always looking for anyway, right? Is that amazing butter that we're going to get here landing. Let's go ahead and just get this trimmed down a little bit. Let's go ahead and BS down a little bit here. Currently 11 miles away from the runway. Okay, let's go ahead and get V-pitch established here. Lower our altitude some. Here we go, down 1,000 feet a minute. We will not stall out. Alright, folks, if you haven't yet, drop in your predictions for the landing rate really quick. Exclamation mark predict, space minus, and then the landing rate coming into Grand Case here, guys. Once again, this is a really, really short flight. But once again, this is part of the Airworthy Design Scenery Package, which you can get for about $20 in the FS Marketplace. I believe it's 17 euros, 16, 17 euros on Sim Market, if you prefer to buy your stuff through Sim Market. So, alright, folks, here we go. It's such a short flight, though. Actually shocked I'm doing this. Yep, okay, so we're going to be heading out a little bit to make our turn in for the runway here. Here we go, predicting minus 44 from Captain 12tooth. Thank you so much, Captain 12tooth, for the prediction. About 2 minutes out from the airport now. We're just basically trying to reach top of descent again. Which I know that's crazy because I'm saying top of descent when we haven't even been in the air that long, right? We'll go ahead and rearm VNAV. We'll go ahead and just set our constraints again, probably down to like 100 feet max. And we're basically just going to let the airplane fly itself in. Thank you, Call Sign Heavy, for the minus 69 prediction. I'm going to increase our speed a little bit here. And we're turning back in now officially for final for runway 12 at Grand Case. It looks like we've got some sort of V-path going on, possibly. Just making sure it's locking in. Doesn't look like it's probably just because of how short a flight this is in the turn. So we'll probably just go ahead and disconnect autopilot here in a second once we're lined up, and we'll do autopilot off, awesome pilot on, as Call Sign Heavy likes to call it. When we go autopilot on, he says awesome pilot off. Which is really the truth, guys, when you think about it. You know, the thing is that, you know, the second you turn on autopilot, the airplane's doing everything, right? You're no longer really in control of that airplane the second you turn it on. So, all right, folks, let's go and get the landing gear extended. Landing gear is coming down officially. Here is Grand Case that we're coming up to right now. We've got the runway in sight. We have our lights in sight, so let's go ahead and just line up with the runway here. Flaps 15. Gonna go ahead and apply some speed brakes too to get us slowed down before the runway here. Speed brakes are deployed. Flaps coming to 35. Alright, let's make sure our landing lights are on. They are officially on. This all looks good so far. Here is the runway we're coming up to right now, folks. It's not very well lit, but we're going to ignore that. We don't need lights, right? Where we come from, we don't need roads. We just need runways. You'll take your 5-cent royalty for the autopilot joke? Yeah, you know what? I'll probably go ahead and I'll start having to give you that one, right? I'm going to have to at this point. All right, here we go, folks. We're lined up with the runway, I think. I don't think it's a taxiway, at least, right? We're not going to pull a Harrison Ford. At least we're... Oh, no, we were actually not on the runway. We were to the right of the runway. I was going to pull a Harrison Ford. I was going to do a I was going to do a taxiway Charlie here for landing, and actually I'm a little bit high. I'm not going to lie, this one's actually kind of scary for landing because it's such a short strip, right? All right, power's coming to idle right now. Here we go. Not much room for error here, folks, so let's go ahead and just see if we can get this thing down nice and gentle for the Butter Club. Applying a little bit of left rudder, trying to get her down. We are down, folks. Minus 50 feet per minute. How's that? That's beautiful. All right, we're coming on full brakes now. Come on, baby, stop. There we go. That's how you guys do it right there. That's how you do it. What you gotta do is, you see, you tell your CJ4 that the relationship's not over just yet, right? And then, right after you land, you say, oh my gosh, never mind. Thank you so much, Slender, for the 100 bits. Totally appreciate that. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, guys, you know, that's the thing. I really do, I really enjoy some of these short field approaches and stuff, and I really love doing it in much bigger airplanes even, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest Airbus fan, okay? I know some of you are going to chastise me for that because you came over from Sky Command's channel, right? You're going to chastise me and say, you got to learn to fly by wire, right? And you know, guys, listen, I know. I've flown the fly-by-wire. It's not that I don't want to learn it. It's just that I'm not a big fan of bus, right? Now, if you throw me into a Boeing, a proper Boeing, I'll fly the heck out of it. Because I am a Boeing fan, primarily. I'm not a bus fan. I'm a Boeing fan. Then again, I kind of like flying my aircraft, right? I don't like telling them what to do and then they fly it for me. So, you know, that's probably the reason why the Cessna Citation and I get along so well, right? And the CRJ, because they're much more mechanical in a sense. You're supposed to fly the airplane. The airplane's not supposed to fly you, right? Soviet Russia. Airplane fly you. I'm pretty sure it's probably where Airbus actually came from, you know. Airbus is now officially a Russian airplane. We're going to call it that. Alright, folks. Thank you guys once again for joining in with the Quasi-Guru Twitch channel. Just looking at this beautiful scenery, though, here. We've got the fire department here at Grand Case Airport. Terminal, that's the thing. Airworthy Designs did a really beautiful job with their scenery setup. There we go, WD person. Waiting with a party of 3. Thank you so much. Hopefully your flight went really well. Hopefully everything's going well for you. Wait a second. Why do I got 2 marshallers here down here? Is one of them going to tell me what to do, or are they just standing there like hanging out? See, even this guy doesn't know what to do. He's like a deer in headlights right now, right? Here, let me see if maybe flashing my lights at him will change his mind. No, he's still a deer in headlights, guys. I think he's confused right now. That's what it is. He's confused, guys. Welcome back, WD person. I'm hoping your stream went well. Hopefully you had a whole bunch of fun. Where did you guys fly to? We flew today from Curacao to Princess Juliana, and then we just did a really quick short hop over to Grand Case. I just recently got the airworthy design scenery for Princess Juliana and Grand Case, and I'll tell you what, first time I've ever bought premium scenery, and I'm in love with it. So it really did turn out really well, but thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today, and I'll tell you what, we're going to have some more amazing content this week. So Wednesday, we're going to go ahead and fly Heathrow Midweek Madness. We're going to fly from London Heathrow over to Charles de Gaulle in France, and after that, then Friday, we're going to be collabing a little bit with someone special, guys. His name rhymes with Gapel, and the last name rhymes with Gaviation, right? So we're gonna have Gapel Gaviation on the channel, guys. Yeah, but no, seriously though, we're gonna have Maple Aviation on the channel, and we're definitely looking forward to that stream. And we're gonna be flying from Minneapolis St. Paul down to Chicago O'Hare on VATSIM. So hopefully you guys will come along for that one. If you guys don't know, I do list my schedule here on Twitch under my About Me section. Also, you can jump over to my Discord. My schedule is listed directly under my announcements channel, so drop over to my Discord if you're not already in there. Come join in, and that way you can at least pick up the latest schedule for the Quasi-Guru Twitch channel. Also, guys, if you have any suggestions for the channel, anything that you would like to see done differently, let me know there and let me know inside of there as well, and we will go ahead and work on whatever improvements, you know, may potentially come to mind, guys. Look, I'm fully open to making improvements for this channel to bring in the crowds and have a bunch of fun with you guys. Thank you guys once again for joining in with the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. Let's give out some quick shout outs tonight for everyone that has stopped by and done things for us. I'm just so excited right now. So it looks like we started off with Complete Freedom. Well, Nick Gressler had followed. Complete Freedom had cheered 100 bits. Dave Rendon had also dropped 5 tier 1 subs. 1 over to Ramp Check, 1 to Casey Catalina, 1 to CYQQ Flyer, 1 to Ground Point Niner, 1 to EU Ghost 9. H2 Olympian had raided me. Guy Command raided with a party of 13. Leo Rose 470 had followed the channel. Flak Magnet 81 has followed. Phasm Frog has followed. Slim Dirt cheered 100 bits. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed that landing coming down here into Grand Case de Esperance. And WD Person also raided me with a party of 3 folks. If you guys have a suggestion for who you would like to see me go raid right now, make sure you drop those suggestions into the chat really quick. And folks, like I said, once again, next stream will be on Wednesday. I believe that one's going to be at 12 o'clock Zulu. That stream we will be flying, like I said, from London Heathrow on Batsim. It's the Midweek Madness event over to Paris, France. That will start at 1700 Zulu, so it'll be about 12 o'clock Central for those of you that live here in the United States. And then Friday, like I said, we have a special guest on the channel. You do not want to miss out on this flight. Let's just say some call him Gapel. He also thinks real bacon is inferior to Canadian bacon. Can we even forgive him, guys? We'll be dropping in a poll there to dethrone Canadian bacon once and for all. That'll be the Northern Crossings IV KMSP to Court event at 2300 Zulu. You want us to raid Cargo Fire? Let's go ahead and give Cargo Fire a real quick raid then, WD Person. Once again, guys, thank you for joining in with the Quasi Guru Twitch stream. We will see you in the next one, probably here on Wednesday. 1480, and I'll probably be streaming on his channel tomorrow. I'll be making that announcement on my channel, on my Discord as well, for what time that'll be, but we'll be streaming with him tomorrow more than likely, and then also on Thursday, so that'll be another announcement as well. But thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night. We're going to go ahead and give Cargo Fire a raid here. Hopefully he does not have a fire in the cargo hold, right? But let's give Cargo Fire a raid. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night. And once again, guys, just remember this much, okay? At the end of the day, that no matter what happens in your life, things do get better. And I want to always give that reminder during every stream. No matter what, even if things in your life seem like they're the worst they could ever be, that doesn't mean things cannot improve and get better. So once again, folks, just remember that. We'll see you in the next one. We'll see you on Wednesday. We'll also probably see you tomorrow on 14AD's channel, also Thursday on my channel with a shared cockpit with 14AD. Once again, folks, have a great night, and let's go ahead and give Cargo Fire some love here. Have a great night, guys. Take care.